Hey, how's it going? It's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope all is well with you today, and thank you so much for clicking on this pick a card reading. So in this video, we're going to be looking at how your person sees you right now. So all you need to do to find out is choose one of the three images on your screen. Feel free to pause the video here if you need some time. And once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below, where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. You'll also find the link to my website, so if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that's where you'll find all the information. Okay, so let's get into your reading now. Click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Hi, Group 1. So let's take a look at how your person sees you right now. Okay, so the person on your mind, get them nice and clear, focus on them, and let's see. How is your person seeing you right now? Okay, so the first card we have is Druid, hold the space. Okay. Sun, enjoy success and happiness. So I'm just slightly shuffling behind the camera because I'm currently staying at my parents', so the setup's a little bit different and I need to be able to see what I'm doing with the camera, which I won't bore the details with, but yeah, I don't want to knock the mic cable. Anyway. Peacekeeper, a harmonious resolution is possible. And then Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. So how your person is seeing you right now, group number 1. So I feel like I'm really picking up on the energy of peace and quiet here at the moment. Okay, so I feel that, one second, okay. I don't know whether you've had either an argument. For some of you that may be the case. That won't be for everybody, of course. But when there's a lot of peace that's come through, it's like let go of the need to be right is the energy that I keep getting here. So for some of you, if you've had an argument, it may be that there's quiet now and that they feel like there's some sort of positive resolution happening. Okay, but it may not be that. It may just be that, there is just quiet in your connection. Maybe you haven't spoken in a little while, or I don't know, I'm kind of getting a bit of a watching sense from them. Like I feel like they're watching you quite closely. They're quite interested in what you're doing, but then I don't feel like they are actively doing much about it in some way. But I feel like they see you in that very same way. Like you are being quite passive with them. So you may not be doing anything. You may not be reaching out. I feel like they see you as like living your own life in some form. Okay, I feel like they see you as being happy, or they think that you're trying to be happy. You're doing things for your life that make you happy in some way. They do see you as somebody that is successful. Okay, so they may see you as successful in your career or in your other relationships, whether it's with them or outside of them. This could even be spending time with family, or there's something about you focusing on your true happiness at this moment. This may also be connected to health, especially with Medicine Mother coming through here. So you may be doing some form of detox. Maybe they're seeing you, taking on a new exercise routine, a new diet. Maybe you've made some kind of physical change to your life. Maybe even releasing certain habits that were no longer serving you. But they do feel like you're either looking to be very happy, or it's like you're seeking to find more happiness in some form. They do feel like you are putting yourself and your needs first. Okay, and even if that means that you need to take a step back from this connection, holding the space, maybe even you've taken a bit of a break from social media. That could be something that they're noticing about you at the moment. Okay, that you, again, this could be related to the quietness here, the peace. and that they feel like this is you putting yourself first, wanting to make yourself happy above all else. But yeah, like I said, I really do feel like they're watching you. There's something in the eyes here. The eyes are really standing out to me. I don't know if you've got very piercing eyes, or for some of you may have like low eyebrows, okay? Maybe hooded eyes, particularly for some of you. That won't be for everybody as a physical trait, but it's something that I'm seeing here. Sort of, yeah, either hooded eyes or, again, quite low eyebrows, which kind of gives you more of this sexy look. Like it's very almost, the word vampy just came through to me, which is not a word I would usually use. So definitely feels like a channeled message. Okay, but sometimes as well, it might be that you are like you're hyper focusing on something, you're fixated on something, and that also may be a personality trait of yours. Like when you are interested in something, in a new subject or in a new routine, or maybe even like you're somebody that is very good at reading people and you may hold back and observe. You're an observer, you watch other people, you notice the little things, okay? Because again, you're able to hyperfixate on something, you're not distracted by everything else that's going on around you. Again, this is all from their perspective, though. Remember, if it doesn't quite make sense for you, this is how they see you, ultimately. Okay, I'm also noticing the long hair as well. There's something, I mean, this image is not so much long hair, but it's connected to the headdress that she's wearing, but it's still giving me length here. So I don't know if you have very long hair or something very, what's the word? It stands out about your hair. It might be a really bright color, or it may be very thick or very curly or poker straight. Okay, something that seems quite almost extreme, maybe even in the color. Again, it could be like jet black, or it could be white blonde. Okay. Or you may even wear it in a particular style like this. You may wear it in plaits or braids. There's dreads here. Could be in some sort of twist, maybe in, certain hairstyles, keeping it off your face, but it seems to be dangling down. I'm also seeing jewelry here being quite prominent. So maybe you've posted something in jewelry recently, or maybe they even bought you jewelry before. Okay, and they're seeing you wear it, or maybe they're looking to see if you are wearing it in some way. But yeah, I feel like they see you as somebody that, as a whole, has this positive disposition. Like you're somebody that does look at the glass as half full rather than half empty. But even though you might be, I don't know, I'm definitely getting a quiet sense from you. I mean, I don't feel like you're an overly quiet person as a whole group one, but again, maybe this is just at this moment your person is seeing you as fairly quiet. But I don't know, it may be that when you do speak, you say very positive and enlightening things. Okay, and you know that cliche saying, you light up the room. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Oh my God. Just as I said that, the sun card, we've got, wow. Whoa, that really blew me away. That did. The sun, we've got double sun here. Okay. So this is double Leo as well. So you may be a Leo sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars or Mercury. Very, very strong. Okay, so like I was saying, you really do light up the room, okay? And people take notice of you, not just this person. I mean, your person definitely notices you wherever you are or whatever you post, okay? Because for some of you, this is somebody you see regularly. Others of you, this may be somebody that's at a distance or somebody that you just see on social media. But they notice you. But they also notice other people noticing you, because it's not just them. They are seeing that you are somebody that other people notice, okay? You may be very popular, or again, you appear to be very popular to them. You may have lots of friends or lots of admirers, but you also have this star quality, okay? For some of you, you may even be famous, okay? Or you have, again, that famous quality about you that they think that you could be famous, okay? Or very well known, whether it's in your local community, whether it's on a larger scale across the world, or whether it's through social media. Maybe you're very well known in a particular field or industry. like a passion of yours or somewhere that's something that you work within. Lots of fire coming through here. I mean, we've got Sagittarius. So even though they may see you as either holding back at this moment, or at times you can be quite quiet or introspective, that you do have this very outgoing, confident, passionate side. So it may be, what you show to the world. You may show that very confident, outgoing side, but it's like they see through that as well. This person definitely sees through to the core of you. Okay, they see through to that peaceful, sweet side of you. Now with Sagittarius there, this could be that this is a long distance connection. Okay, it could be that, you both live far away, or one of you travels a lot for work. They could see you as being a traveler for work. That could be something that you act that is a big part of your work, or just a big part of your personality. You could be, whether it comes to your work or your passions, or maybe you identify as like a gypsy soul where, you're always on the move, you're never staying in one place for too long, or you never feel at home in one place for too long. You're always feeling this need to move on, to feel inspired by new places, new environments. Okay, but it could also be that you look different to them in the sense of maybe you're from a different ethnic background to them in some form. Okay, or the place that you live within, you might stand out. Because again, you might have moved countries, and so you might look different to the other people that are surrounding you, perhaps. Okay, it doesn't have to be that, though. It could even be like the way that you dress. Again, but I do feel it's your overall energy that is standing out here, big time here, group number 1. So how are they seeing you? So we've got Pisces energy here with the 12th house. So yes, again, that's that introspection coming through, that privacy. You may be going through something a little bit painful. Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. Leo, which is the sun. We've got triple Leo here. I mean, I don't believe that's ever happened in a reading before, where there's been so much of one sign. Maybe it has, but I can't recall. It certainly hasn't happened for a long time. That's crazy, group 1. Wow. So yeah, they definitely see you standing out big in a big way. Okay, and again, like with lions, this may be about your hair too, because they tend to have this big mane of hair. But it's like, I don't know, they really see that you have this soft, sweet side. Like if you see a lion in the maybe not in the wild, but if you see them online or on TV, it's like they do look super cute, and it's like, they just look so strokeable. But if you get too close, they're gonna potentially bite your head off. So they may see you as maybe you've got a short fuse. Okay, you may have a bit of a short temper. I'm getting kind of a Latin energy here, like maybe you're part Spanish or South American, or you have those roots, maybe even Native American for some of you. But there's this like don't mess with me energy. Okay, that's what this person is getting about you. Don't mess with me, don't F with me. Yes, that's very, very clear, because they will like feel your wrath almost. But I feel like this wrath is reserved for the right moments or situations or people. Like it takes a lot to actually ruffle your feathers, but in the right circumstances, or maybe the wrong circumstances, if you like, it can be a recipe for disaster, okay, because you can really see red, okay? Again, this is what your person thinks or sees about you, that you could see red and that you could like snap like this. That's what I'm getting here. But they do also feel you've got this very empathic side, this sweet side, this side where you are, a real nurturer, and maybe you're a healer in some form, okay? Or they feel this healing energy when they are around you, okay? It's really beautiful in that way. You've got such different layers to your personality, which I feel like really intrigues your person, group 1. And then we have trunk, stability, loyalty, and reliability. So we've got some earth now coming through, which I think is really nice. Again, it adds another layer to you. Okay, so you may have some strong earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Like you do have that ability to be strong, to be grounded, to be secure, to make those logical, rational decisions, okay, where you take your time. But again, you've got that side of you. It could go one way or the other. Again, there's so many different layers to you that your person sees. But I'm really drawn in by the owl here in this card. Okay, that it's in the trunk of the tree. It's in that hole. It's kind of peeking out. So yeah, I feel like there's something about you hiding away. So it's like, I don't know, maybe you go through these different stages or seasons where sometimes you're really extroverted and you're out there, you're outgoing and confident and socializing a lot. And then other times you're very introverted, you close out, you isolate. So yeah, maybe that you're going through a period of that isolation, but again, it could be different for all of you. Maybe you're in that extroverted period and you've just come out of that hibernation. But I also feel like they see you as somebody highly intelligent. The owls naturally are symbols of intelligence and being very wise, being discerning. So I do feel like they see you as somebody highly intelligent. But you're not somebody that brags about it, though. You're somebody, I feel like, that is quite humble in that way. Or certainly that's how they see you. And then we've got snow, rest and contemplation. And I thought that said reset then. So I feel like that also connects with what's coming through. I feel like they may see you as going through a reset, okay, going through some sort of detox at this moment. Okay, but the snow makes me think of winter as well. So, and you know, the coldness here, and I don't feel like they see you as a cold person, but maybe you've been icing them out. Okay, maybe you've been very hot and then very cold, you know, because we have the contrast of the sun and then the snow. So, yeah, they may see you as being quite hot and cold with them. Maybe you're going through that cold period, or maybe for some of you, you're going through the hot period with them. And there's a lot of intensity there. This may also be that you've lived in different places. You may have lived places where there's been snow, or lived places where there's been sun, or again, maybe this is connected to your travel. Like maybe you've got pictures where you're in the snow and then pictures when you're in the hot sun. Okay. But yeah, I feel like they see you as being more sort of held back at the moment, more restrained within yourself, not being an open book whatsoever. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to get some of these cards to finish this off. I hope this is making sense for you, Group 1. If it is, please comment a black emoji. I just saw this beautiful crow fly past the window. And I just feel like, yeah, I don't know why, but I'm just picking up black emoji. Yeah, put a black emoji if this is making sense. Of course, feel free to write more if it is, but let's see. Helpless and hopeless. Yeah, they may see you as being a little bit anxious at this time. Okay, this might be something that they're just picking up on, though. It may not be something you've told them or something you've shown them. For some of you, maybe it is. Maybe you have shared with them that you've been, feeling worried or fearful about certain things. I feel like this is about looking into your future. I feel like there is this desire within you to change your future, but maybe you're afraid of that change, and they see that within you, even though you're somebody that's very outgoing and very confident, and you do take risks as and when you feel the time is right. But it's like you're holding back, because again, I feel like there's healing that you're going through. Okay, certainly that's how they're seeing you. So again, just remember that if it's not making too much sense, it's about their view, their perspective on you. Just because it's their perspective doesn't mean that it's true. But yeah, they definitely feel like you're going through this time period where whether it's physical healing, something in your your physical body, whether it's emotional healing, mental healing, family healing even. Okay, it's like I'm getting a lost feeling here. They may see you as feeling a little bit lost at this very moment, but it's like you won't stay lost forever. Win or lose. Yeah, so there's something I feel like here in terms of your communication as well. Like maybe you've given up with them, you've given up trying. Maybe you did try, okay, because I do feel you've got this competitive side, or certainly that's something they see, okay, that you've got this competitive side to you, and that you will fight for what you want. And maybe you fought for this person before, but maybe they didn't fight back, okay, or you didn't feel it was reciprocal, or maybe you had to give it a rest because it just didn't feel like it was working. I just heard that phrase, I think it was from The Holiday, like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And so something that just didn't feel like it was fitting at this time. So yeah, either way, they feel like I feel like this is them thinking you've given up on them or given up on the connection, or you're just not willing to try as hard or not willing to communicate as much with them anymore. Yes, and then we've got control. So, but again, the eyes are really standing out here. They are, like I said, keeping such a close eye on you. They might be stalking you. They almost getting a bit of obsession here. This person may be a bit obsessed with you, group one. And they may even be obsessed with your eyes, okay? If they've got a picture of you, whether it's online or a personal picture, I feel like they're really drawn into your eyes. It's very hypnotizing. Very hypnotizing. So again, maybe other people have said this to you, but you have these hypnotizing magnetic eyes that draw people to you. People get lost in your eyes. Yeah, strong energy. But yes, they see you as somebody that is in control or likes to appear in control. Like you don't like to appear like you have lost control or that you don't know where you're going. So even though they may intuitively pick up on it, or again, maybe you've shared that with them, that you might feel a bit lost at times, you might feel a bit afraid, but you definitely put on this very strong front, okay, that everything's good. You have control over everything you're doing. You can be quite stoic in that sense as well. So yeah, not wearing your heart on your sleeve, not showing your true colors, not showing your hand. Okay, so yeah, they don't feel like you're giving much away. You're definitely holding back from them, or again, maybe on social media and or to other friends or mutual friends, etc. But it's like I feel like that's also what's causing this obsession, because they can't quite work you out, group one. They want to. They want to know what's going on with you. They want to be able to work you out. They just don't quite know what's going on with you. So this is where I feel like they're digging for information. You know, they're scanning your photos. They're looking through your likes or your follows or your comments. Okay, or again, fishing for information through mutual friends or family. This person is highly invested in what's going on with you. Even if they appear to be a little bit quiet, I feel it's because you've shut off from them, or you're just not giving much away, which is, again, very hypnotizing to them. So this is what I see for you, group one. I truly hope this resonates with you. If it does, please do comment below. Like I said previously, you could comment a black emoji or anything else of your choice that you wish to share. We'd love to know your thoughts. Please like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video as well, as it really does help my channel and shows your energetic support. So thank you so much in advance. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, group two. So let's take a look at how your person is currently seeing you right now. So picture them nice and clearly in your mind. Okay. How is your person seeing you right now? And just remember as well, this is how they're seeing you now. Doesn't mean that this is always how they've seen you or how you truly are. Okay, this is just their perception of you. Okay, how is your person seeing you? How is your person seeing you? Okay, so we've got Mother Earth. Feel loved and comforted. Lord, take charge with authority. I'm picking up a lot of earth energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, which you may resonate with in your sun, moon or rising. Venus, Mars or Mercury. Oh, and then we've got Air Guardian. Shift your perception. So Air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And then Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So yeah, there's a beautiful mix here with earth and air coming through very strongly here. So I do feel like they see you as somebody that is very grounded. Maybe, you know, you do well financially for yourself, or I feel like you put yourself together really well. I'm definitely picking up Venusian energy here, especially with Libra and Taurus both coming through with earth and air. So I feel like you're somebody that is very attractive, okay, conventionally attractive, but certainly very attractive to them. Okay, I feel like just natural. I feel like you are a natural beauty. Okay, you're naturally very stunning or very handsome, whether you're male or female. Okay, you're somebody that really stands out from the crowd in that way with your beauty. It's just effortless. But I do feel they see you as actually putting time and effort into your appearance as well, even though there is that effortlessness. Like you could go out without makeup or without doing your hair or really putting much thought or effort into, what you're wearing. Like it's almost like your aura as well is so beautiful, so attractive. Very strong auric energy from you, very magnetic, very hypnotic. But I do feel they see you as actually putting time and effort into it as well, okay? That you take your time doing your makeup or your hair or getting it done nicely or professionally, or, the clothes that you choose to wear is well thought out, okay? I'm definitely getting kind of a classy energy from you, maybe a bit of old money, okay? It kind of feels classic almost. You may have this kind of classic beauty, but classic style of dressing as well. I'm not seeing it being super unconventional. Again, this is from their perspective, so that may not obviously be exactly how you dress, but it may just be the way that they view you in some way. Okay, especially if they compare you to other people that they know or have been connected with previously. Could be. You could also be a parent, okay? For some of you, we've definitely got these strong parental figures coming through here. So yeah, you could be a single parent. You could also be in a relationship, because this person doesn't have to be a romantic partner that I'm looking at. I just said how your person sees you. So for some of you, it could be a friend, could be a family member. So yeah, either way, I do feel like they either see you as a parent, or somebody that would make a really great parent, would make a really great mother or father, okay? Because you have this beautiful nurturing quality about you, okay? Like you seem very connected to the earth. You seem like you're somebody that's very sweet-natured. Certainly not somebody that's a pushover though, okay? Somebody that is also very strong. You could also be a leader. It's like you've got this leadership quality about you. Okay, so even if it may not be, say, a parental energy, it may be, I said, a managerial type of energy, somebody that's able to take charge and delegate things to other people, to manage people in a particular setting. Okay, which is very similar to being a parent. It's managing a child, managing maybe even multiple children. Okay, so whether it's staff, whether it's children, maybe even in terms of like friendships, like you could be somebody that is the one that puts ideas together, that leads the friendship groups. Okay, yeah, definitely get that like strong managerial leadership quality. Maybe you even have your own business, or you're a CEO of some kind, or again they see you as having that ability. And it's interesting because you've got that very strong masculine energy that takes charge, that takes the lead, takes action, makes decisions, and it's very logical, but also that soft feminine side where you can also be very sweet. You can also be very emotional and introspective. So I feel like they also see you as somebody that's a great listener as well as a great talker, because with all the air energy here, I do feel like they see you as somebody that likes to talk, okay, or likes to conversate, likes to maybe even write. Maybe you're a talented writer, okay? So this could even be, say, in your social media captions, okay? You might be quite inventive with the captions that you use. Say if this is, somebody that you've met through that context, or that's the place that you see each other the most, for example. So it could be that as well. But yeah, I do feel like they see you as somebody that potentially could be very chatty, or that has been very chatty with them. Okay, but you've got a very interesting mind. Okay, it's like I feel like there's this need for you to always be learning something. Like you always need to be focused on things. You may even have like an overactive mind. You might be a bit of an overthinker. Okay, but they see you as not always being able to relax mentally. Maybe you are able to physically, but mentally it's like your brain is always on the go here. But I feel like you've helped them to shift their own perspective on things. You have. Even if you don't realize you have, what your words that you've used, group 2, have had an impact on this person. Okay, and it could have even been something very simple that you've said, and you've totally forgotten about it now, but it's still ringing in your person's ears, like it's still ringing true. Like they haven't been able to forget, even if, again, you didn't directly say it to them. Again, maybe it was a caption used on social media, or an article you've written that they've read, or something you even said to somebody else, to a mutual friend, or whatever it may be. It's like they've really taken on board what you've said, and they've listened, and you've helped them to see things from a higher perspective, okay? Because they feel like you see things in a way that most other people don't. And I feel like they think that they mirror you in that way, that you've got very similar beliefs, that certainly you don't think in this very linear way, that you are quite expansive in your mind and in your thoughts. Okay, so we've now got Chiron heal. I'm really drawn in by the snake here as well. It gives me Kundalini rising, but also transformation. Maybe they see that you've recently gone through a transformation. Now, this could be a physical transformation. Could be you've changed hair colors a few times. That's kind of coming through to me here. Or maybe sometimes your skin as well. Like maybe sometimes you're looking very pale, other times you're looking more tanned. I guess that's just natural with the change of seasons as well. But it's not something I usually pick up in these how do they see you readings. So yeah, I don't know if that's just something that they've picked up on you. Maybe it's different pictures that you've shown or different places that you've gone to. But I'm also seeing something about the sea here. I don't know why. I'm kind of getting, even though she's the air guardian, or I'm just seeing something about being in the sea. So maybe they've seen you in the sea or pictures of you in the sea, or maybe you've posted about being near the sea recently or something. Could be. Okay, so we've got conjunction alliance. So they may also see you as always being connected with another person. Maybe you're always like out and about with a partner or with another friend or a family member. Maybe even a pet for some of you, okay? Like they don't see you often being alone unless you are in that leadership energy where you are alone but not alone, you know? You're getting on with things, but again, you're managing other people, for example, okay? But yeah, the conjunction is two planets coming together. So yeah, I do feel like they see you in that way. They see you as, like it's giving me that Libra energy. Oftentimes Libras like to have a partner because they need to balance out. Think about the scales, okay? There has to be, that balance on both sides. If there's nothing on one side, it just tips over. And so, yeah, they may see you as being somebody that often is with another person, which helps to keep you in balance and helps to keep things fair in some way. But they may see you as going through some form of healing here as well, whether it's physical healing, mental healing, emotional healing, Chiron being the wounded healer. It may also be you've got Chiron in an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Again, that won't be for everybody, but for some of you, they may see you in that way. Again, maybe that your words can be quite cutting. Maybe you hurt other people with some of the words you say, but you've also been hurt by words that other people have said, for example, okay, or through communication. So we've got the 6th house, sustainability, which is strong Virgo energy. Oh, and then we've got the 12th house, introspection, Pisces. I'm also drawn in by the number 44 here. So this might just be a separate message for you that you may have been seeing 44, group 2 and synchronicity a lot. Okay, but it may be a number they're seeing, but it also is the number of stability, security. So that makes sense with all that earth energy that's been coming through. So again, they may see you as somebody that is very secure in your finances, or maybe even just very secure in yourself. Like you don't come across as somebody that doesn't know who they are or is lost in that way. It's like you have a very strong character. Okay, like you stand strong in your beliefs, you stand strong in who you are, and like you have a very strong sense of identity. Okay, a strong ego in that way, not an overinflated ego, a strong ego where you don't necessarily care so much what other people think. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Now, it's not to say that you don't care about what other people think, but they definitely see you projecting that type of image where you don't really care so much. You care about what you think, you care about maybe what the greater good think, but you don't. Or maybe you care about just your personal friends and family, but you don't care about strangers. You don't care about just getting validation from anybody, okay? But yeah, I do feel like they see you as maybe that you've gone through some suffering. Maybe you work as a nurse or a doctor, okay? Or you work in mental health, or some of you may even work in a prison, or you have worked in those, okay? Or you help people to heal in some way, because the 12th house can represent suffering of some kind and institutions. Okay, So it could be they've seen you working in those kind of industries, or maybe those are industries you're very passionate about, helping people in some way, or helping animals. Pisces is very empathic in that sense, sees beings, any kind of living being in pain and wants to help it. So you could be the type of person that sees an injured animal on the road and then wants to sort of help it and nurture it, nurse it back to life. Okay, so they could see you as that type of very sweet, loving person. Okay, that, you love all things, all beings, maybe even bugs as well, like insects, like you're the type of person that wouldn't hurt a fly. Okay, you could be very cutthroat with people, but maybe not so much with animals. Now, with Virgo energy there as well, there is this need for structure. Okay, they see you as maybe being somebody very regimented, very routine. Again, how you appear to be, because sometimes it can just be the image you project out there. Like when you see those videos online of like, oh, this is my morning, my morning routine. And, you see them getting up at 4 a.m. and then they have like an ice bath and then they have a coffee and then they have their smoothie or their breakfast and they go for a run. They do all these healthy things, but it's not to say that they necessarily do that every single morning, but that's what they're projecting out there. So maybe something that you do every morning. I'm not saying these people that post don't do that every morning, but some of these routines is pretty intense, but it's always admirable when you see. But again, that's what social media is about. It's projection. Doesn't mean that it's always true. Okay, but I do feel like you are quite a regimented person. You are somebody that thrives in routine. You like to focus on, your health. You like to get things done in a day. You like to keep things very clean and tidy and organized. So again, they may see you in that way, especially if they've seen your home. They may see it as being very neat and tidy, maybe quite minimalist, not so much clutter around. Maybe your workspace they've seen and they see that being quite clutter-free. Or again, what you show on social media, maybe that way as well. Okay. Maybe even having some OCD type of tendencies, which can also, OCD does connect. It's about the mind. It's having these intrusive thoughts or these, what do you call them? Compulsions, okay, to do certain things. It's like the feedback loop where you feel anxious. So you need to perform a certain activity that helps to lower that anxiety. But then it never really ends because then there's an opportunity later, you feel anxious again. So you need to re-perform that activity that made you feel calm. And then, it just kind of keeps going around in circles. Now, obviously, it's a spectrum, isn't it, with OCD? And for some people, it might be quite mild. Other people, it can be incredibly debilitating. So, it can be really awful for some people, things that I've seen and even people I've known actually at different points in my life that have had it. Even myself, I definitely identify with having some OCD for sure. And I don't just, that could be quite a throwaway term as well. Some people say, oh yeah, I've had OCD just because they like things clean, but that's really not what OCD is about. Okay, oh my God, I can't say the word okay, because it's about those intrusive thoughts and trying to mitigate the anxiety through performing these activities, which can also then become detrimental. Just something that they may be viewing you as. Again, it's a spectrum. Okay, but I still feel like there's a level of admiration for you. Okay, they respect you. Okay, so I'm just going to see what else is coming through here. For how they see you. Okay, so we've got lavender, tranquility, kindness, and self-care. So that's interesting as well, because lavender being a herb that promotes calming. So it has that calming effect, doesn't it? When you, it helps to promote sleep. So it's very different for everybody, but it may be something that you quite like, that you quite enjoy, that sort of lavender smell. Or maybe it's like even a color that you wear. You might wear the color sort of lavender a fair amount in some way. Maybe they've seen you wearing that color around. But lavender actually is interesting because that also connects to the sign of Mercury. Mercury, again, being the planet of communication and the mind. Okay, so yeah, I feel like I said, they see you as having that overactive mind, but that you try to find ways to mitigate that and you try to find ways to heal that. So also maybe you meditate, maybe you do yoga, maybe you promote mental health or healing in some way. Maybe they've seen you with crystals as well. Maybe you've shown them crystals, or they've seen them, or maybe you even wear them as jewelry. And then we've got fruit, achievements and success. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. They definitely see you as being somebody very successful. Like you've seen a lot of growth in your life. You have seen the fruits of your labor, okay? Because you have put in the time, you have put in the energy and the effort to make yourself a success. It's like you haven't just been gifted everything. Like even though you may have been gifted with natural beauty, but you haven't just rested on your laurels, okay, or rested on what's been given to you. You actually do put in the effort. You work very hard, okay, work very hard in your career, or work very hard within your family, or work very hard to maintain your beautiful appearance in some way. But with fruit as well, there's a level of sweetness, isn't there? The same as here with this kindness. They do see you as a very sweet, loving person, even if it might be behind a facade at times where you need to, show this level of control and this sense of authority. So, you may at times have to come across quite tough, or they feel like you can come across, as quite strong and quite tough. But really, it's like, you're quite sweet, really, on the inside, So let's just get a couple more cards here to finish this off for you, how your person sees you. Interesting, that card here, that refusing to see. How is your person seeing you? Blossom, wow. I mean, I'm not surprised to see that at all. And then manifest. Now, with Blossom, I mean, that just makes perfect sense. I mean, these two I'm going to have to dig into a little bit more deeply, but this is like the same energy as that Mother Earth and this fruit, this Taurus. So yeah, again, they do see you as somebody very grounded. They see you as somebody, again, maybe you have a lot of money, or again, you've worked very hard to have the money that you have. Or they see you as very blessed in the looks department. Even if you're a female, I don't know, there's something kind of very feminine about you. Or it's like you're either like this ideal looking feminine or this ideal looking masculine, okay? Like in your physique, if you're a feminine, you just got this beautiful like aura about you. And maybe, I don't know, I'm getting like curvaceous energy here. Like maybe, yeah, you're quite curvy and all got curves in all the right places. It could be quite hourglass, or you could be quite voluptuous in certain areas, or it's not even to say you might be on the slimmer side, but sometimes you might just have this lovely curvature to your back, or to I don't want to go into too much detail, but you get my meaning. But also like these soft facial features as well. But yeah, if you're a man, you might come across as incredibly masculine, very strong, very muscular. Okay, so it's almost like I said, they see you as kind of like the ideal type, or certainly their ideal type looks wise. But yeah, they see you as very blessed in multiple different ways. And again, not just off the back of, other people giving you things. This is you actually working hard and achieving things, getting that fruit of your labor. And they also think that you're quite healthy. They see you as, again, maybe you look very healthy in your appearance, or the way that your diet is in some way. They see that you take good care of yourself. But here, the refusing to see, it can be like a blocked energy. So I don't know whether you blocked this person, or whether that is your connection's been on and off in some way. That could be what's coming through here. Or they blocked you. Or that maybe there's something that you don't like to see. You might sort of stay in denial about certain aspects. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe you know what that's about, but you might not. Again, this is from your person's perspective. And again, what's in their perspective doesn't mean that it's true. But they see like something about you working behind the scenes here, even with this manifest. Like you don't put everything out there. Like maybe this is also you keep things to yourself until you've actually done it. So say that there's something that you want to achieve, but you until you've actually achieved it or until you've started it, you don't share it. Because, say like some people might say, I've got this plan to do X, Y, Z, so say it's, I don't know, you've got this business plan. You might, to them, not share it until you've done it. And then it's like it kind of comes out of the blue. But it hasn't, like you've been working on it behind the scenes. But, when it comes to light, it's like, it almost seems like it's come out of nowhere to them. Okay. Sometimes I will say this can be slightly manipulative, okay, with the manifest reverse. It's like the magician reverse. So they may think that you can manipulate like your, the way that you come across to them, okay? That could be it. But again, please don't take personal offense to this. It's not always a bad thing anyway, like say if you are an influencer of some kind, you may be able to kind of positively manipulate an audience to focus on you, for example, or again, in the way that you put yourself together physically and your appearance, you kind of positively manipulate people to look at you. Okay, so again, which helps you in terms of these leadership roles. So people focus on you. Obviously take that how you like, but that's just the energy that I get. So anyway, this is what I see for you, group 2. I truly hope it resonates with you. Please do feel free to comment below if it does. I would love to know your thoughts. Comment a green emoji if it does make sense, or anything else you wish to share. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy this video, as it really does help to support my channel and help it grow. And it also shows your energetic support. So I really do appreciate it, and thank you so much in advance. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, group 3. So let's take a look at how your person is viewing you. So how is your person currently viewing you? And just remember, this is just from their perspective. Doesn't mean that it is obviously the truth. It is just how they're viewing you now at this moment. So get them nice and clear in your mind. Okay, we have White Witch. Be the light. How is your person viewing you, group 3? Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Druid, hold the space. Okay, I will just organize those in a moment. And then we have Wise One, grow within your current situation. Okay. Now it's interesting, we've got quite a few birds here. I mean, we've got 2 owls and then we've got a crow. So definitely air energy coming through here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I do feel like they see you as somebody that's very intelligent, somebody that is very wise, okay? Maybe you could be older than them, okay? Or you just could be more mature in some way. You could be more mature. You could see things in a way that they don't see. You may have more life experience. Again, doesn't mean that you have to be older to have that extra life experience, but they definitely see that you've been through a lot. You may have been through the ringer a little bit here, group 3. Like you may have been through, for some of you, I just had trauma. You may have been through some trauma that they know of. Maybe they don't know, and it's just something that they pick up from you. But I feel like they see that you've been through a lot of stuff in your life, group 3. But again, it's helped you to be somebody incredibly wise and knowledgeable. It's like because you have all of this experience, because people that have just sort of coasted through life and have always had things very easily and haven't had that much experience, then don't have that much wisdom. Okay, because they haven't had to have that wisdom. They haven't had to learn that much. Whereas I feel like there's been a lot of trial and error for you, a lot of bonds made and broken. So you may have had, a lot of relationships, that have come and gone. And, it's caused you to learn so much about either yourself, about relationships, but also about, I feel like just life in general. Like you've got this really lovely perspective on life, which I feel like is enlightening to them. I feel like it's very inspiring. You inspire this person a lot, group 3. I feel like you also inspire them with your positivity, with this, like, this is giving me like white witch energy. So you may even, for some of you may identify as like a white witch, but obviously I know that won't be for everybody. But I do see you being quite spiritual or religious. Like you do have this faith in the beyond, and maybe they know this about you. Again, this is something that they sense or they just see within you. You have this light, that's all around you. You do. But again, it's something about the way that you see things. Like no matter what you've been through, no matter how many hardships you've had, you're able to see things in a very positive way, or you're able to see the positive side of something. Even if it's something negative that's happened, you're able to always put this positive spin on it. Maybe not straight away. You may need a little bit of time to do that. But I feel like, that's something very powerful. That's a very powerful gift that you possess. Okay, that you are always able to look at the glass as half full rather than half empty. Okay, and I feel like they find that to be very inspiring. And again, it's like the things that you've been through, because a lot of the hardships that you've been through would push a lot of people over the edge. But it's just made you stronger. It's made you more capable. And again, this is what makes you so inspiring to your person. Okay. So you might have quite fair hair as well. I'm seeing fair. It could be fair, like as in you've got some blonde running through it, light brown. Could even be some white, or grey hairs that have come through, like those hairs of wisdom. So again, it could be a little bit older, but some people go grey in their 20s, for example. So it doesn't matter. But I'm seeing the contrast of colours here, a contrast of like tones running through your hair. So maybe like a balayage, an ombre, or getting highlights or something, or just naturally maybe your hair is sun-kissed. Yeah. But I'm seeing prints as well. Like maybe you wear printed clothes. Like I'm seeing like a leopard print, or like the feathers here in the birds, or like even here in this blue dress. Like maybe there's a particular outfit that you've worn recently, that has these different prints on them in some way, rather than it being all sort of one block color or sort of a minimalist dress. Again, it might just be one piece that you've worn that really stands out to them, that has like a pattern on it, or like I said, it may just be the sort of standard way that you dress. Okay, what else is coming through here? How they see you. I feel like there's something about your skin. Your skin seems to really stand out here as well. Like you've got really bright skin. Maybe it's very clear. It's very soft, very supple. Like it really shines. It feels like it's got that real youthful appearance. Even if you are, say, older than them or something, they may think that you actually look younger than you are. Like, yeah, you've definitely got this kind of youthful spirit about you. Even it's like you've got a wise head on your shoulders, but like in your appearance, you look really, really young. So that may also be surprising to them, because they're like, wow, how are you so wise when you appear to be so young? So maybe even if you told them how old you were, they may have been shocked. And for some of you, I feel like they almost fell off their chair when they heard. So yeah, it's like you definitely appear to be far, far younger than you are. But it's like your mind is super evolved. But maybe you are really young in chronological age, but you are, what's the word? Like an old soul. Like maybe people have told you that, especially as a child, people may have said you're an old soul, or the things that you come out with are very mature for your age. That's very strong. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through here. There's something here about also the profile. I feel like there's something about you looking away from them. So maybe there's a picture of you where you're looking to the side, or you're not actually looking directly at them, but then maybe they've seen you like in your local area or something, and they've seen like the back of you, or they've seen the side of you, or again through pictures or something, maybe even like you've got, you know, your profile picture, if you've got a WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, I don't know, you've got like a, or any kind of messaging app, there's something about your picture maybe sort of slightly looking off. For some of you that may be the case, or like I said, they may have seen you recently and they saw your profile. But let's see what else is coming through. You may also have tattoos. That's just come through to me here as well. That could be like the patterns I was noticing. So it could be that you have tattoos. Specifically, I'm getting the left. I don't know why. The left side is coming through to me. Again, that might not be for all of you, but for some of you, maybe it's just something you've mentioned to them or you've thought about doing. Okay, then we've got Mercury messages. And that makes perfect sense because, again, they think that you're very intelligent. Mercury represents the mind, represents communication. So I feel like they see you as a very talented communicator. You just have a way with words. But then, I don't know, I feel like this is them wanting to talk to you. I know this isn't, you know, how they feel or what they want type of reading. It's how they see you. But it's just a bonus message I feel coming through for you. I feel like they want to actually speak with you. They want to talk to you. They want to text you, or if you were the last one to text, they are thinking about what to say back to you, potentially. Okay, then we've got the 11th house, which is strong Aquarian energy. So this can be quite unpredictable. So they may see you as a little bit unpredictable, or maybe that, you know, you're a little bit unconventional, which kind of makes sense, again, with that sort of mix of the old and the new. So maybe even that's in the style of dress that you have. Like you may pair like sort of classic outfits with sort of new outfits. Reminded me, I saw a video the other day of somebody who was dressed up as is it Thomas Selby or Shelby? I actually don't know. I've not seen what's that bloody show called? Peaky Blinders. I may have seen like I think maybe the first couple of episodes or something, but I don't know. I just couldn't finish watching it or get to grips with it. For me personally, years ago. But anyway, most people know that character, that sort of, and the classic way that he dresses. And I saw someone like dressed up as him the other day online, and you know where they sort of video like people's reactions to other people, you know, the way they're dressed. And he was wearing that sort of outfit, but he had tattoos like all like up around his neck. I think it actually looks pretty cool. But to me, that was definitely like a mix of the old dressing, but with that new, you know, tattoo innovation of the new. So yeah, it could be that you kind of dress in a similar way, or, you know, it's the way that you put yourself out there. Maybe even you have like very classic views on things, but you might share them, say, on social media, which is new. So again, it's very eclectic in that way, mixing the old with the new. They may see you as well as having a lot of friends, okay, or knowing a lot of people. You know, there's just those people that sort of seem to know everybody in their local town or city, or again, maybe on social media, as Aquarius represents large groups of people, specifically social media, because again, it's that new innovation, you know, where people come together. Okay, then we've got the South Node. And then Gemini, cross-pollinate. So that makes sense as well, the Gemini energy coming through, because Gemini is co-ruled by Mercury with Virgo. Mercury co-rules Gemini and Virgo. So you may have those two signs prominently in your chart somewhere, and your sun, moon, or rising, Mars, Mercury, Venus. North or South Node, perhaps. Now, we've also got the number 33 coming through here. So this may be a number that you've been seeing in synchronicity, maybe a number they've been seeing in synchronicity when it comes to you, or maybe a specific date. Maybe it's a date that you met on, or a time of day, or, you know, maybe you've sent 3 or 33 messages to each other. Okay, but anyway, I won't go into all of the ways in which that could be the case. But I also feel like they see you as having two different sides to you, which is interesting. Like as a whole, I feel like they do see you as very positive and that you have this very sweet side to you. But then, I don't know, it's like something about not wanting to cross you, because I kept being drawn to this snake here. This one more than this one. Like where, you know, it's like, it's got its fangs out. It's looking, I don't know, kind of mean here. So I don't know whether you've got this kind of mean side, or again, this is just from their perspective. Doesn't mean that it's true. You know, you may not have a mean bone in your body, but it just may be how they perceive you. It may be even their own projection of what they think of you. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they think that you could, especially with your words, something that you could say could be very cutting in some way. You could, you know, maybe you have said something that's really hurt them before, but it's made them rethink things. Like you may not have even thought it was cutting, but it may have actually cut them deeply, and you don't realize it. So yeah, something about being kind of unexpected, because Gemini as well, I feel like, as well as Aquarius, can be quite shocking, unpredictable, kind of does things that sort of spontaneously out of the blue, like you don't always see it coming, and you're like, whoa, where did that energy come from? Or why did they do that? And maybe even within yourself, if you do identify with those energies, you may not always realize, you know, like that you react on impulse in certain ways, and then you might regret it later, but you may also, you know, stand by what you've said or done. But you may also change your mind quite a lot. Okay, like you may flip flop at different times, changing your view on certain people, or maybe even just being very open to changing your views, because I feel like that's how you've also evolved, because you're not somebody that's very rigid, you know, you're not always stuck in your ways. You may have a very strong sense of character, but you're not somebody that is, you know, stuck in certain views. Like you're willing to change your mind, you know, especially if new information comes to light, or if you see things from a different perspective, and then that forces you to, you know what, yeah, I'm open to changing my mind. You know, you're not resigned to sticking to one perspective, or sticking to maybe even one career. Maybe you've changed your career a few times, or again, you know, I was saying about the changing of hair color, maybe you've changed your hair color a few times. Okay, and there's that changeability within you, and that's something that you feel like you need a lot of the time. Like you need almost that stimulation of change. Like you don't like to feel like, you know, you're stuck in one area or one place or one job for too long, because you'll get too bored, or you know, you need that sort of stimulation. You need to feel a little bit of excitement with the change. Okay. Now with the South Node there, this could be somebody that you've known before. Maybe you knew them in childhood. Maybe you went to school together, or you used to work together, and you know, you've recently come back into contact. That could be what's coming through. Could be that you remind them of somebody that they once knew. Okay, you could remind them of a family member, of a friend, of a past partner, perhaps. So there could be a sense of familiarity in that respect too. They may also feel like you might hold on to the past. You may struggle to let go of the past at times, even though, you know, you're able to change your mind, you're able to sort of flow in movement. But yeah, it might be that you hold on to some past pain. That's, again, not something that you may have actually told them. It may just be something that they are perceiving. Now, whether it's right or wrong, obviously that's up to you to decide. But let's just see what else is coming through here for how they see you right now. Oh, wrong way round. Okay, so we've got preserve, security, forethought, and thrift. I just think the image is quite cute. It's like, I don't know if that's a squirrel. I don't think it's a squirrel. It's maybe a chipmunk or something. And then we've got trunk, stability, loyalty, and reliability. So for some of you, they may see you as a bit of a hoarder. Okay, you may hoard things. Again, you may hold on to things. Maybe you struggle to let things go, again, from the past. So yeah, you may have like I'm seeing a lot of little items here. Like you may hold on to a lot of little items, or things like people have given you, like especially if you've got some sort of emotional attachment to it. Like you may struggle to let those things go, which often is the basis of hoarding, is either that there's an emotional attachment to that object because it relates to a person, or because they think it's going to come in useful in some way, which can also be sometimes a trauma response, or, you know, an insecurity response, thinking, you know, I don't always have enough, so I need to, you know, store things away so that, you know, for a rainy day, for example. You know, like you see like little animals, squirrels, I see them in the garden sometimes, especially during this time of year where they're sort of scurrying around looking for their nuts. They'll eat some of them, then they'll bury the rest away. So yeah, this might also be in the way that you save money. Okay, you might be really good at saving money, or again keeping things for a rainy day, or maybe you're the type of person that will fix things. If something breaks, you'll try and fix it rather than just go out and get something new. You may have to resign to doing that at different points, but I feel like you really like to get the wear out of things. You may not just want to replace things. You're not a wasteful person, okay, in any way. I feel like they see you as somebody that is quite conservative in that way and likes to preserve things. And again, maybe in the way that you look as well, that you like to preserve your looks, you like to preserve your youth in your appearance. So you may take the necessary precautions in order to keep yourself looking very youthful in that way. But yeah, you could be the type that also, keeps food for a long time. Maybe you food prep and then, you keep a lot in the freezer, or, maybe sometimes you could be even a little bit messy at times. A little bit scattered, and maybe you need to do a clear out sometimes more times than not. Or I'm saying something about the fridge and the cupboards. Maybe the cupboards need a bit of a clear out. This could just be a bonus message. It's not to say this person might not have even been in your home and they may not have seen any of this. Okay, so this could just be some things that I'm picking up intuitively. Obviously, it depends how well you know this person or how well they really know you. But again, it just could be that they are highly perceptive, if you are resonating with this, of course. Okay. But I do also feel like, they do see you as somebody that's stable, somebody that thinks about the future, even though, again, you can have this kind of flighty energy about you, this spontaneous live in the moment. But it's not all the time. You're not always like that. You are somebody that can be very grounded, and that, it may be in some ways, maybe in conversations, you're very flighty and you like to sort of keep changing the conversation quite a lot. You don't like to stay on the same subject, but then, in your home, your stability, you might have a lot of savings, you might own your own home, or you might be quite careful in the way that you spend money, for example. Okay, or maybe you've got a really great job and you've built up a lot of income and wealth, for example. Or for some of you, maybe you spend a lot, but you will keep a level of stability with your relationships. You'll keep the same people within your life. You've had the same group of friends for, decades or for years and years, or the same partner, or, you've always maintained good relationships with family, So it depends. It's like you've got that flighty energy as well as that stable energy mixed in quite nicely. So yeah, which I think is a lovely combination that you have there, from my perspective anyway, at least group 3. But obviously it's up to you how you discern this. But I'm just going to get a couple more cards to finish this off for you. How do they view you? How does your person view you? How does your person view you? Okay, so we have control. I thought that said comfort for some reason. Controlled in reverse, which is the moon in reverse. So there may have been some sort of revelation about you recently. Maybe you shared something with them recently, or maybe you shared something more open or more vulnerable with them, or on social media, or with mutual friends. Okay, or there's some sort of revelation, something coming to light, something feels quite emotional. Then we've got choose your battles. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, they don't see you as somebody that's confrontational. I feel like they see you as somebody that'd rather choose peace, okay? That you're not somebody that just, goes into battle about every little thing. Like, you will be quite careful about what battle you're choosing to fight. Because, what's that phrase? It's about winning the war. Not winning the battle, winning the war. I don't know. I can't remember what the exact phrase is verbatim. But, yeah, I just feel like there is this part of you that, you choose the path of peace most of the time. But maybe there's something about you giving up on them. Like, so I'm just seeing in all of these images, actually, their back is turned. So I don't know whether you turned your back on them or whether they turn their back on you. But again, even if you think about in a war situation, it's like you never turn your back on the opponent. So I don't know. I don't know what that is, but maybe that's where you've been hurt previously. Maybe you turned your back and then you got betrayed in some way. So maybe you shared that with them. But again, maybe in connection to this actual person, you may have turned your back. Either they turned their back on you or you turned your back on them. I'm not sure which way around it is. You could both have done the same thing. Like, neither of you are really engaging with each other at this moment. It could be. I just feel like they're the way they see you, like you're not willing to fight for this, like you're not trying to fight for this connection at this moment. So again, maybe it's just because you're focused on other things. You may just be distracted. Other things are taking priority potentially at this moment. So that could be why. But I also feel like they see you as coming out of something here. Like maybe you were in the shadows, you're stepping into the light now. So maybe you were isolating for a while and now you're being a bit more sort of sociable, a bit more open. But also that you may have, maybe you're feeling anxious or you're feeling worried about something, but it's like you've come past that. You've stepped out of that energy now and you're in a more confident, more secure place. So again, I don't know. I just get this sense of you either sharing some vulnerabilities with this person or they are just highly perceptive about what you're going through. I don't know. Obviously, it depends whether it actually makes sense for you, group 3. I mean, I would love to know if it does make sense. Please do comment below. Leave a comment as to how it makes sense for you, how it resonates. Comment an orange emoji as well if it does resonate. And, if you don't want to share too much, I understand. If you want to keep your thoughts to yourself, totally respect that. But I do really appreciate, all of your support by liking and subscribing to my channel. Helps my channel to grow and for me to keep on doing these. So thank you so much in advance for your energetic support. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.